permanently at the ICE building, including at a van in the Sallyport where the victims were shot, said the DHS. And
the government opens fire at an ICE facility in Dallas. At least one person is dead, according to police. And we are live with the very latest. Welcome to our viewers in the United States and around the world. I'm Pamela Brown.
I love how they keep saying these things are false flags and then Trump does nothing with them. You know, you know what I mean? It's not even like, it's like false flag, quote unquote, happens where leftists kill somebody and then Donald Trump does nothing at all. Awesome. Great false flag. I'm glad that we organized all of that to not capitalize on anything.
Blitzer has the morning off and you're in the Situation Room.
So I'm not gonna bury the lead on this one. I'm not gonna waste a bunch of time getting up to the punchline. So basically,
and I feel like that's like an IQ gate. However fucked up it is, I feel like that's where, like, you know, whenever everyone's saying like lurk more, I feel like that's really what we're talking about. Is that like when you're in this and when you're like red pilled for so long, you start to get an intuition about things. And I feel like it's very apparent when you're in this for years the difference between taking advantage of chaos and doing things in the background as everybody's focused on something, and specifically causing chaos, specifically doing something so that you can then follow it up with what you've actually been trying to achieve the whole time. You know what I mean? And in this, it's like, obviously they're escalating, Israel is escalating the war with Iran. They're trying to bring us back into a head right now, but that isn't because they killed Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they're thinking to themselves, like, shit, everybody is looking at the Charlie Kirk shit. America's focused domestic. Why don't we start bombing, huh? Right? Like, that totally does happen. But, you know, I don't, nobody was questioning why they did 9/11. You know, nobody's like sitting there like, but what did they achieve with 9/11? Did they really need to do a 9/11 to us, though? Like, nobody asked that question. Like, I feel like everybody who understands the conspiracy, we're not like sitting there like, why? But why? But... You know, it's very apparent that they needed to do a 9/11 to us so that we would save their asses and become their slaves.
And fired wildly at an ICE facility. I have no idea why they did this. I don't think anybody knows. There's an investigation ongoing, obviously. However, almost immediately after the shooting took place, Kash Patel, fresh off the humiliating defeat that he experienced after the Charlie Kirk shooting, where he failed to do anything for several days before the culprit turned himself in, more or less, posted this. A clip of 5 bullets, one of which has had anti-ice written on it in blue Sharpie, Black's Rule. Oh yeah. It's, I feel like any serious attempt to engage with this is it's almost like a form of self-mockery, right? This is very obviously like, oh my God, a shooting happened. Somebody quickly scribble.
I don't even think that this is unbelievable. Dude, call me a goy. I don't even... I don't even think that this is I think that the retard did this. I think that he fucked up the bullet and it was like, that looks stupid. I'm going to stop. I don't think this is a false flag. I think bro just wrote that shit. I don't know, dude. Like, what? You're going to tell me that this guy isn't a spastic fucking retard? He showed up and accidentally got 3 fucking friendly fire kills and then killed himself, okay? He's not exactly a fucking competent prodigy. We're not talking about fucking Solid Snake over here, huh? Oh, but why was he so retarded? I don't know. Shit, man. I don't know.
Anti-ice slogan on one of these bullets. But Kash Patel was not the one doing the scribbling himself. No, of course not. This had to be done by somebody on the scene, a DHS officer, likely. And the DHS officer, having an average IQ of 73, barely being able to breathe and
nanomachines, Tylenol, Shadow Moses,
walk at the same time.
Mass deportations.
Heard it needs an anti-ice
President J.D. Vance
slogan, and we got this. Yeah, yeah. Is this real? Yeah. This is the director of the FBI Director Kash Patel. A false flag so unbelievable that it's not even gaining the proportional traction within the right wing that you would expect. It's so...
What if he shot like 4 ICE guys in the head? Would you guys all be saying like W? Right? You would though, right? Huh? If he didn't act... If Charlie Kirk's ghost didn't come down to divert those fucking bullets into migrants, into the deserving. If Charlie Kirk's ghost didn't come down and guide those fucking bullets away from our brave ICE soldiers, and they killed 4 of them, you would be fucking celebrating right now, though. So, like, I don't really know what the fuck this means. Well, they wrote anti-ICE on it, and they missed, so that's not a real leftist. Bro, you can't just pull this communism shit every fucking time.
Incompetent that it's incredulous even to them. Nobody believes this. Nobody. 0 people believe this. The right wing is going to pretend they do. Nobody believes this. It's unbelievably shoddy. Normal thing to do, by the way. Like, just off the bat, normal thing to do, like several hours after a shooting, is to just post a picture of evidence.
I think the biggest problem is that the Trump admin has, like, no legitimacy whatsoever right now. You know? Like they bungled they've been bungling and fucking every single thing up. I don't know what to say. They've been fucking every single thing up. They fucked up tariffs. They fucked up mass deportations. They fucked up Iran. They fucked up Ukraine. They fucked everything up, okay? You know? Nobody believes anything that they say. Nobody trusts them. They fucked up Epstein. They fucked up the Charlie Kirk shooting. They have no credibility and no legitimacy.
To Twitter, aren't you diving into conspiracy theory by assuming malice? Do you think that, like, a DHS officer slipped and the blue Sharpie fell out of his pocket and landed on just a 5-round clip that had been left in the ground, and it just, like, did that itself? What do you mean? Of course it was done with malice. I think you'd have to be conspiratorial to assume this wasn't a deliberate plan. Sounds plausible. While the investigation is ongoing, an initial review of the evidence shows an ideological motive behind this attack. See photo below. One of the unspent shell casings recovered was engraved with the phrase anti-ICE. More updates will be forthcoming. One of the unspent shell from a completely unused clip. Engraved, unused clip. Did they drop the they're using this, like, yeah, ammo, just like it's just tossed it onto the
Dude, this tracks. This tracks to me. You ever tried to put a clipper strip in? Sorry, you ever try to put a fucking clipper strip into a gun and you're a retard leftist fucking mulatto? You ever be a 65 IQ left-wing mulatto and try to put a stripper clip in after you just opened fire and watched 3 brown people go down? After you just opened fire on a federal building, and watched 3 brown people get taken down, have you ever tried to throw a clipper strip in?
Listen, like I said, they're calling it the worst psyop of all time. Hold on. Somebody mentioned this chat earlier. I saw this post. Very funny to remember when the FSB, the Russian Secret Service, were doing a plant to frame, like, Ukrainian saboteurs for an assassination attempt, and they were told to leave SIM cards on the bed to frame them, but they didn't know what that meant, or maybe there was a mistranslation, so they just left copies of the game The Sims 3. They must have left like 3 SIM cards.
Okay, who doxed me? Okay, come clean. Who uploaded this picture of my bedroom to the internet and said that it was a fucking Russian spy? Okay, this is fucked up. Yeah, I like The Sims 3. It's a good game. What about it, dude? What about it, okay? Is it illegal to be based on the internet? Is it illegal to have good taste in video games and clothing on the internet?
So they're like, what does that mean? They got 3 copies of Sims 3. This was literally insane. Yeah, but this is also what we're dealing with from the FBI right now. Sir, we found the top secret Ukrainian assailants' hideaway. They have a wig. They have, what is this? Anti-system fighter, an unworn Nazi swastika flag t-shirt, as evidenced by the big crease in the center. They drew this? Is that even a Sonograd? I don't know. They drew some scuffed-ass double swastika. Yeah, 3 copies of The Sims 3. They love that shit, sir. Yes, they would. We have expert...
It's fucking LAN party, dude. That's what we're doing. We got a 3-man Sims 3 LAN party.
Intelligence detailing multiple incidences of them luring Sims into the pool and then deleting the ladder out. They're sick. They're depraved. Just more Ukrainian...
That was never confirmed.
Depravity on display, sir. That's right. Launch the invasion. What's this from? This was from back when Russia was really invested in doing a bunch of false flags and psyops to justify the invasion of Ukraine.
Bro's at is 9mm ballpoint. Bro is talking about that. This is a false flag. This is a false flag. What's my Twitter at? 9mm ballpoint. Basically, it's not a big deal.
I think it was right after the invasion of Ukraine, but they wanted to go like, oh, well, the reason why we had to invade was because of all these Nazi Ukrainian Banderite Azov battalion insurgents in our territory, you know? Incredible. Too many FBI agents confirming this to be a conspiracy? Well, what do you mean confirming it? We know for a fact that it's here. It's right here. What do you mean too many FBI agents? Buddy, who do you think runs the department? Sorry, as a rule, I think that you are probably better off just never trusting anything the FBI says. Remember, the FBI lied multiple times after the Charlie Kirk shooting.
We live in such a it's so crazy. These guys were on the mattresses for fucking 10 years. These guys were on the warpath. They were smoking the fucking war pipe. They were fucking, you know, they had their AKs on their fucking laps, falling asleep. Fucking last, you know, like last scene of penultimate episode of fucking Sopranos. Bros got the AK. Bro. I can't even, can we even see it?
Yes, what do I have to...
This is, like, unironically, like, this is Bros for the last... Well, we can't even find it. But they've been at war on this issue for fucking 10 years. Trust the government. The conspiracy theorists are insane. The FBI could never be corrupted. And now we get in, the government's corrupt, dude. Just don't listen to it. The FBI is just fucking lying, dude. The fucking FBI who lies all the time and is corrupt, by the way. Okay, dude. Awesome. I thought that you just got through 10 years of telling me that no matter who the FBI director is, that the FBI isn't fucking corrupt. And that at the worst, that there's a few bad apples. What the fuck are we talking about, huh? Awesome. So remember for the last 10 years when we were saying this exact same thing? Why wasn't it true for us? Is there a reason?
And that wasn't a false flag or anything. That was just pure incompetence. They're really, really bad at doing their job. If you're anti-ICE, why would you shoot the immigrants? Well, it seems like they just fired wildly at the building, so...
And the crazy thing is, too, that they're gonna be nonstop defending Comey, too. Like, they're going to be both holding... Like, that's the cognitive dissonance of the left wing at work right there. For the next few months, we are going to be hearing left-wing people... One, saying that Kash Patel and the FBI and the U.S. government is entirely corrupt and can't be trusted because they are politically biased. And then they will also be defending James Comey as a completely nonpartisan, non-biased actor who never did nothing wrong and never tried to unfairly attack Donald Trump or Republicans or do anything. No way, dude.
You know, anyway, did you ever trust the FBI? I mean, it depends on what you mean by trust the FBI. The FBI has generally been more trustworthy than it is right now, certainly more competent. They fired from an adjacent building, but is this on the ground? Just an unspent, unused, I mean, it looks, unless it's like on a roof. Also, they only shot, like if they were being a sniper, why'd they only shoot detainees? Are you seriously telling me that this person with a rifle mistook 3 ICE agents for 3 detainees, or vice versa? Like they see the, you know...
we know what happened. We now know. This was before the footage of the event came out. And caution, this footage is slightly graphic. This is the event. This is the shooting. We have it on tape here, actually. So we don't even need to worry about that. We can just take a look, you know. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. We got the video right here. Here it is. fucking funny. It's like literally the funniest meme to come out of this year. Like genuinely, it's like genuinely the funniest meme of the year. Like actually, it's so fucking good. It's like the like way better version of the Shinto Abe memes. You know what I mean? The way that you can hear, like, there's like the audience clapping. Like, it's like, it's just so funny to me. I'm sorry. It's because I keep imagining him like a JoJo stand, you know? You know what I mean? I literally like keep imagining him like a JoJo stand, like he's just coming out and like hitting that fucking pose and the bullet, like, Star Platinum! You know, literally, American boy! Right? And then, like, bro just comes out here. What did I call him? I called him Youth Organizer. Youth Organizer! Go! And the YMCA comes on. Sorry, I really just think it's so fucking funny. I know it's sick. I know it's fucked up that like some random immigrant had to get shot for this. That's genuinely, it's like evil and fucked. But it's so fucking funny, that meme. Holy shit, dude.
Hispanic guys huddled in there, you know, wearing white shirts or whatever those prison uniforms, and they were like, "Oh yeah, those are the ICE agents that I'm after." That's how that went down?
I think that maybe Charlie Kirk's fucking spirit had something to do with it. I think we need to consider that possibility.
Also, an apology.
I think maybe Charlie Kirk's Aryan spirit has risen up from the grave and people have realized that he's right. I don't know, that's just me though.
I know a lot of you guys don't like being reminded of the fact that I graduated
My spirit will rise from the grave and the people will realize that I was right. Quote, Charlie Kirk, 1945.
Cum laude in from you know, Eugenics University with a degree in
We
chronology.
will all meet Charlie Kirk and Agartha. Once we die and we enter into the inner earth, the ancestral lands of our pagan forebears who currently live there in a divine purgatory, we will meet him one day on the shores of Elysium, my friend.
But this is
Waiting
right-wing
for
chronology.
us.
Just saying. Just saying.
Valhalla.
Now, just to give you
him and Kash Patel will be there embracing on the shores when you arrive, my friend, in the longship.
A little bit of context as to what the facility is. This Dallas ICE facility is generally a place used.
Asians get in. Yeah, that's right, except for Indonesians and other Southeast Asians. If you must know, the answer is Japanese, yes. Chinese, no. Koreans, no. Vietnamese, yes. Cambodians, yes. Thai, no. Thai, yes. Burmese, no. Indonesian, no. Malaysian, no. Singaporean, maybe. Filipino, yes. Controversial. Papua New Guinean, no. Sumatran, no. All right, is that it? That's pretty much it. Bornean, no. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of every people's group. I've done a lot of studying in order to accurately determine which Asians are Aryan or not. So I'm kind of an expert. All right, I think that's it, though.
To process detainees. So they may be arrested by ICE, taken to this facility to be processed.
Singaporeans are Chinese? Yeah, but they have the Aryan spirit in them. Why did they move from China to Singapore? The same reason my ancestors moved to America. You want me to fault them for that? I think not, okay?
where there are about 3 or 4 holding cells. So generally there are a few dozen people at the facility before they are then transferred to a detention center. Now, we still do not know the motive of
Mongolians are Aryan, yes. Mongolians obviously are Aryan. Laotians, they count. Yeah, Aryan.
This shooter will hope.
No. We do know. Because one of the unused clips had one bullet with anti-ice quickly scrawled on it in blue Sharpie. We know.
I've never seen threats on law enforcement, specifically ICE, increase the way it is. You know, we're up over 1,000%.
Dude, why do you think he just started opening up into an ICE facility? Like, is there like what's the explanation for that? Was he aiming for like a local Taco Bell? Like, what was bro doing? Do we think? Why was he up there? Why was he shooting at the ICE facility? Do we have an explanation for that? Or we just know that it was obviously like a cover up or something.
On officers right now.
And all that with ICE having done absolutely nothing to prompt or deserve it.
And really just...
Okay, so you do
Bart
believe they
Blaster
deserve
sent $3.
it. Right?
Nigga, how can you be from Massachusetts and be pro-Cambodian when you saw how badly they destroyed Lowell?
Bro, I didn't. I lived in Quincy for like 9 years. That's like my Massachusetts experience. I always feel so like fake about it too, because it's so hard to explain to people that that's like actually where the accent and where like all the mannerisms come from. Is that I lived for 10 years in Massachusetts, but it was my first 10 years, you know. And then my dad lived in South Boston his entire life, and then Quincy when he made money, you know, right? Like so. I don't actually know much about Massachusetts. Like, I haven't really been around. I never had a driver's license in Massachusetts. You know what I mean? Like, I was always forced to just... I went wherever my parents took me. That's where I've been. I know a lot about the North End. I know I know a lot about Castle Island. I know a lot about that stuff. But that's, you know, where I'm from. Plymouth.
Just a lot of the talk that's out there, a lot of the rhetoric is just the violence directed towards law enforcement officers just trying to do their job. And we just keeping seeing an increase.
Just following orders, sir. Of course, the right wing is immediately trying to make this out to be like another left-wing attack, like they always.
Bro, you literally just finished saying, "Oh, and ICE didn't do anything to prompt or justify this." Anyway, everyone's lying and trying to say that a left-wing person
just trying to do their job, and we just
literally, this is like a 6-second clip. It's just so crazy, dude.
Thing to prompt or deserve it,
and really,
scrawled on it in blue Sharpie. We know.
I've never seen threats on law enforcement, specifically ICE, increase the way it is. You know, we're up over 1,000% assaults on officers right now,
and all that with ICE having done absolutely nothing to prompt or deserve it.
And really, just a lot of the talk that's out there, a lot of the rhetoric is just the violence directed towards law enforcement officers just trying to do their...
He literally did the... That's so crazy. I'm gonna clip this later. That's so insane, dude.
Job. And we just keeping seeing an increase.
Just following orders, sir.
Sorry, I gotta clip that later.
Sure. Of course,
so
the right...
where else is AF Post going to get their content from?
Wing is immediately trying to make this out to be like another left-wing attack, like they always do. You shouldn't be surprised by this. They will literally make anything like that. Literally, a former Democratic House Majority Leader was assassinated in Minnesota, and the entire right wing responded by going, "This was the left."
All right, so Fard Blaster's like actually
Fart
trolling
Blaster
me.
sent $3. Cambodians completely destroyed Lowell. They flooded them.
How would I know
after the
about
Cambodian
Lowell?
famine, they're like the blacks of Asians commuting a lot of crime.
Hey, dude.
Fart Blaster sent...
Okay, Fard Blaster, I'm ethnic, okay? I don't know what the fuck Lowell is, okay? I'm Irish Italian. I don't know what Lowell is. I don't know what fucking Newton is. I've never been there. I know about the south side of... look at the map of Massachusetts, okay? I am Irish and Italian. That means that I have never been north of Massachusetts, north of Boston my entire life, okay? The only people who are allowed to go north of Boston are Anglo-Saxons with a net worth over $10 million, okay? I am an Irish Italian. My dad was born in South Boston. There's no fucking way we ever made it to Lowell, all right? That's basically New Hampshire. Anyway.
Like, there's no standard.
Massachusetts, for me, is like just a tiny part of the coast of South Massachusetts. And that's where literally everything is. That's where and I'm literally right about this. Anybody from the area knows that I'm like actually just spitting facts right now. I would never had a reason to go above Boston.
3 people have been,
you know, like the only people who can live in Boston are making like $250,000 a year because the cost of living is like fucking $240,000 a year. So like everybody is just like, you know, in these like public unions, and they're all fucked up, and they're all, you know, toll workers are getting fucking $110,000. The only people who can live in Boston work for the fucking universities.
critically injured at a Dallas
or they're black
facility after
or they're black, and I don't know how black people afford fucking anything.
Dead.
Shots rang out this morning.
Police responded to calls around 7 a.m. local time. Agents reportedly approached the suspect, who then apparently shot himself.
Let's go to Griff Jenkins
Griff Jenkins, let's go.
Studio with some of the information that he's learning. Do we have Griff?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Lawrence, Ainsley, and Brian. This is what ICE fears most, and that is an attack on them. Fox can confirm.
On them.
Through ICE sources.
Yeah, ICE. That's what ICE fears most, an attack on them. I don't know.
That there was this attack this morning at the Dallas facility. Shots were fired into the sally port of this facility along the freeway there in Dallas. And the ICE confirms that the shooter is down, a self-inflicted wound, and that 3 individuals have been hit. They're
individuals. Man, they're really. How long do you think they'll keep this up? How long do you think they're gonna bury the lead and not like explicitly say they were detainees?
Condition unknown. We're continuing to try and learn more about this as you look live here and can see.
Is it possible the shooter just blindly shot into an area they couldn't see? No. They landed the shots from an opposite building and through a sally port window. They were definitely looking to kill detainees. I think it's crazy to suggest otherwise. This wasn't blind firing at a building. This was like targeting a window that leads into the cell where undocumented people are.
The tremendous law enforcement response.
Is there like more info on this actually? What is it? What is this called? Is there a name for this? Like ice shooting. But is there more intel? Everything we know.
We're going to move on now because the FBI says the suspect in yesterday's deadly shooting at a Dallas ICE facility was targeting law enforcement. However, no law enforcement officials were actually hit. 3 detainees at that facility were shot. One of them was killed. The Department of Homeland Security has ordered an immediate...
I feel like I haven't gotten to see a fucking picture of it. You know what I mean?
Insecurity at ICE facilities across the country. Now, the 29-year-old suspect fired multiple shots toward the building from a nearby rooftop. Officials say he used ammunition that had anti-ICE messages written on it. You can see that on your video there. He then turned the gun on himself, and that suspect died at the scene. CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca is joining us live from Dallas right now. Omar, thank you for your time. What more do we know about the suspect in this case?
Well, we're learning very slowly about the suspect, 29-year-old Joshua John. We understand that investigators have been going through a home in Fairview, Texas, just north of here in Collin County, and in Oklahoma as well. And it's worth noting the FBI director, Kash Patel, just put a social media post about how they are going through his devices and have searched.
One of my ops got doxxed like a year ago. He looks exactly like this guy. He was like one of my top haters. It's so fucking funny. I swear to you, I genuinely thought it was him for a minute. I was like actually worried. It was like, because he's like a groiper. He was like one of the like snowflake people. It was Luke, and he's like this absolutely abjectly ugly fat Mexican dude Mexican, like Jewish dude, half Argentinian, half Sephardic Jew or whatever. And he looked like that with the like T50 eyes, the big fat fuck face, you know. I saw a picture of him standing next to his mom, this Luke guy, and he's like 5'2" and she's like 5'4", like genuinely. It's like crazy. This isn't even like a year ago. I'm not even like bringing, like, I haven't seen this guy since he got doxxed, for reference. That's why I'm like willing to say his name, because I'm like, if he's around, he definitely rebranded and he hasn't been fucking with me. But genuinely, it's so crazy how much he looks like this guy.
Houses that we just mentioned, looking for information, and this is some of what he posted. He said that the suspect downloaded documents for DHS facilities in the Dallas County area. Also said he conducted multiple searches of ballistics and the Charlie Kirk shot video. Also mentioned that he was looking at apps that track ICE movements. As you know, ICE operations have been going on across the country, not just here in Texas, but in different parts of the country. Yeah. He also mentioned that one of the handwritten notes recovered read, and I'm quoting here, hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think...
All right, dude, do you guys have fucking anything, dude? I want to know about the actual like shooting itself. How did it go? New details.
And today, the
emerge.
FBI revealing stunning new details on the deadly attack on an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas. That left.
Am I crazy? Have you guys heard all of this intel? I feel like nobody's fucking talked about how it actually went down.
One detainee dead and 2 others wounded. Information found from the suspect's phone included a downloaded document containing a list of DHS facilities in the Dallas area, multiple searches of ballistics, and of, quote, Charlie Kirk shot video, and it gets worse from there.
He called the ICE employees people showing up to collect a dirty paycheck. He wrote that he intended to maximize lethality against ICE personnel. He hoped his actions would terrorize ICE employees and interfere with their work, which he called human trafficking.
The shooter used the ICE tracking apps. It's no.
Holy shit. Oh, man. So fucking good. Oh, it's so funny. And hearing him seething, writing his little gay note. Oh, you'll pay. Oh, you ICE evil people will pay. Oh, you evil icers. Stop icing it up and being mean to brown people. You fucking idiot. You fucking idiot. Fuck you. You're in hell now. You're in hell now forever and ever. Ah, shit! I saw your gay fat ass shooting yourself on the head on the timeline, liked that tweet, and then liked the tweet, reposted the tweet, making an edit of you oopsie-daisying 3 fucking immigrants. Ah, shit, dude! Oh, fuck, you have... Oh, damn. Well, at least you have all of eternity to think about it. At least you have all of eternity to think about the way that you threw your life away, killed a fucking immigrant, and then shot yourself in the head, ready for the timeline for my viewing pleasure. Nice stuff, dude.
No different than giving a hitman the location of their intended target.
And the gunman also leaving a shell casing that read anti-ICE.
Died for nothing
But a former
award.
senior FBI official seems to think that the shooter was inspired by right-wing extremists.
The irony with the writing, the first time we really saw that was Brenton Tarrant. He was a fierce, white supremacist. To see this coming from, potentially the other side of the political spectrum is a little strange. Why you would, use a tactic that a famous white supremacist who has been revered and copycatted over the years by other white supremacists why you would do that. But it
so
does
true.
appear that people are moving
These
in
fucking white supremacists.
that direction because they want people to know what they're doing and why they're doing it.
And here's President Trump reiterating his call for the left to stop with anti-ICE rhetoric that compares agents to fascists.
Radical left rhetoric. The radical left is causing the problem. They're out of control. They're saying things, and they're really dumb people. It's going to get worse, and ultimately it's going to go back on them. I mean, bad things happen when they play these games. The right is a lot tougher than the left, but the right's not doing this. They're not doing it.
Yeah, because we're waiting for you. We're waiting for you to do something. Because remember when you said, like, we got to vote, and then you'd save our country?
I'm energized because it won't be good for the left. And I don't want to see that happen either. I'm the president of all the people.
And I just want to play this montage that our team put together of anti-ICE rhetoric.
Donald Trump's modern
day, like, this would actually all stop the second that things got real. You know what I mean? Like, they've never actually been fucked with. They've never met, like, an adversary that they couldn't just go like, but the Constitution says that I'm allowed to be a retard. You know, they've never, like, hit somebody that was like, oh, yeah, really? You think that the Constitution protects you? Okay, well, I'll throw you in jail and then we'll find out. I'm going to seize all of your money because I'm the president, and then we're going to throw your ass in jail, and then we can argue about the Constitution in the years to come. But for right now, we're going to need to have you in jail because you're too dangerous and too scared. Like, that's like been our status quo for unironically years and years. They have no ability to discern what would actually happen to them if somebody wanted to fuck with them. They've been the state-endorsed terrorists for years.
The Scapo is scooping folks up off the street.
Running around our communities like masked bank robbers? Terrorizing women?
And I talked about what terrorism looks like. This is it.
When I see ICE, I see slave patrols.
This is not Germany. That's the SS and the Gestapo. This is the United States of America. Unmask yourselves.
Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process.
All right, let's start with you today, Greg, as this information has come out, and it seems like that FBI official, a former FBI analyst, I wasn't understanding what he was saying.
You know,
a former FBI analyst, I wasn't understanding what he was saying.
You know, I think it had to have been Charles Krauthammer that said it first about the left and the right. The right thinks the left is wrong. The left thinks the right is evil. It all flows from there. It's not just about the violence. We know the violence is bad. It's the language that is used to advance your party and disadvantage the other party. And why is this important? Because it's not illegal. You can't arrest him.
Who is this guy? I've seen him on every Fox show, like, for years, and I just never... I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I see him on everything, though. I don't...
It's Skur. You can't arrest Greg
Gutfield.
You can't arrest Colbert or Joy Behar for calling you a Nazi or Hitler, and that's a good thing. You're not supposed to arrest them. So then what do you do?
I don't really have a fucking opinion on him, honestly. Like, he's just nothing, like most people.
If you can't arrest them, all you can do is convince them or get them to see that you're putting people in harm's way when you use this language. And by the way, you're also destroying your own party because your party is being associated with this kind of behavior and this kind of rhetoric. Liberal leaders need to see that you are playing with fire. You have a repetitive, inflammatory messaging that you've released into the wild.
Hey, I don't think that they fucking give a shit, dude. All right? They've been spending the last 10 years making every single newspaper article, every single news headline, every time a black person dies to a cop, black man shot by white cop. No matter how justified the killing was, no matter how perfect the shooting was, you know, black man murdered by white cop guns down black man. They've been doing this pattern recognition shit for years. They've been casting these fucking spells against us, you know, and that's like really like what they're doing, you know. Not to like, no, I don't actually think that they're casting spells, but in essence, that's what they're doing. You know, they're just saying over and over again. They're saying, "Oh, Donald Trump's Hitler." Donald Trump's Hitler and somebody needs to shoot him in the head to stop him. Oh, you know what? Charlie Kirk's an evil fascist, and you know what they say? The only good Nazi's a dead Nazi. Like, you're casting spells. You're just putting shit out there, hoping that bad things are gonna happen to him, you know? And they've been doing it for years. They've been doing it with like I said, with the BLM, with the police narrative. They've been casting these spells. They've been going, well, cops are just running around killing black people. That's what they do. Cops just run around shooting black kids for no reason, for shooting teens, you know? The only like counterweight that we have to it is like the actual reality and truth that we can like watch the body cam footage of like black people screaming and throwing fucking boiling water at people and going fucking, nutty mode anytime a cop tells them that it's time to be arrested now. So here we are, dude.
You have followers who will act on it. A lot of them are mentally ill.
All right, I gotta take a piss. I don't know if I want you guys to have to watch Greg Gutfeld though. All right, so or Vaush.
I think that Trump is in the file.
All right, you guys watch this for a sec. I'll be right back. Okay.
Maybe it's in one of those ways, optimistically, that it's like it just looks bad that he's there at all, but it was something dumb and innocent. Who knows? Or something completely hardcore.
He's going to look bad. It's not the golden economic big beautiful bill. We have the most beautiful techtopia and basically build a computer using Indian people as circuits or whatever the plan is with that. I don't know how that works. A physical computer where you hold a flag, like in the 3-body problem, you hold the flag up for 1, hold it down for 0, and it's just Indian people with massive fields of them who have biological, physical computing.
Or they're all shoulder to shoulder and they're like 1, and then you have to say 1 to the next guy all the way down the circuit.
That's awesome. But yeah, Mr. President, you have to drop the documents. You have to drop what you got. This is the only way to drain the swamp.
He could do the Batman thing of being like, I'm the bad guy, but it has to come out.
His first presidency did nothing. Is he doing anything this time around?
Nothing that I've been paying attention to.
He's very good at spinning things in the media and putting the word golden in front of things. It's golden. I'm golden. I'm in debt. I'm golden. You can say golden in front of anything and you think I'm golden. You probably think I'm rich right now.
Scintillating.
$2 million in debt. Or $1.2 million in debt, almost. I'm fucking golden. Even now, people on the right wing, you can see people starting to make fun of him for being orange. And what that means, it doesn't mean that he's orange or that he's not orange. It means that his idiosyncrasies are lovable if he is in fact a great man. Then it's funny that he talks the way he talks. And that he has the hair and the skin that he has. It's funny and it's lovable. If he fails to deliver on what he's ordained by God to do for saving his life, then those idiosyncrasies are just things that people make fun of him for, and it doesn't matter. Nobody I know really cares about the UFC shout-outs or cheeseburgers or funny nicknames if underlying meal has gone bad, the entree of uncovering pedophile blackmail machine that's running the world. That's what he was elected to do. That's what drain the swamp means.
Pre-Epstein, it was like, drain the swamp, okay, the Democrats, they're up to no good. Yeah. And then Epstein was like, actually, it's insane and sideless. It's actually it's like above and below good and evil. It's not left and right. It's actually a spiritual, like, evil thing going on.
Let's talk about the Epstein cope. What are the MAGA influencers doing now? A fierce Trump ally, Owens, has criticized the Epstein focus as terminal cancer for MAGA, but recently backed off direct attacks. I mean, she's right. It is terminal cancer for MAGA, aligning with Trump's Democrat hoax narrative. That part is not correct. It is not a Democrat hoax. It is anything but. She's launched a series to let people judge, yet her tone implies it's less urgent, supporting Trump's push to sideline it for bigger priorities. Tucker Carlson. Once a vocal critic, Carlson has softened his stance, implying the DOJ lacks significant Epstein info and questioning the hype. He's leaned into Trump's line that it's a waste of time, focusing instead on broader conspiracies like Israeli spycraft, subtly downplaying the files' relevance to protect Trump. Laura Loomer. I don't think I want to even go near beefing with Laura Loomer.
She's vicious. She'll do
She'll
anything.
probably show up here and try to sit on my cock.
Do a little spin. They call it the Luma twirl.
Ben Shapiro. A key conservative voice, Shapiro has avoided heavy Epstein scrutiny, focusing on other issues. He's hinted at letting the administration handle it, supporting Trump's dismissal by not amplifying the files' importance, treating it as a non-issue compared to policy goals. Nope. Libs of TikTok. My ex. The person behind Libs of TikTok, Chaya Raichik, was among the right-wing influencers who received the Epstein Files Phase 1, sparking online debate. Initially, there was hype around the release, reflected disappointment, and downplayed the files' significance, aligning with the narrative that the release was underwhelming. By the way, I don't want to disrespect Libs of TikTok. I think ultimately the important thing is that the files need to be released and everything's ruined and everyone's dead. But I don't wish anybody ill.
She did a lot of good exposing the trans drag queen stuff.
Yeah.
I think what happens in the right is a sort of brotherly bullying.
But I don't wish any of these people ill here. The files need to come out and it's going to fuck everything up and it's going to be awful. But whatever. Jack Posobiec, a prominent right-wing influencer and podcaster, vocal about the Epstein case, among the 15 influencers invited to the White House. However, after finding the contents mostly rehashed flight logs and a redacted address book lacking, he expressed disappointment. Finally, Dan Bongino, the man whose name rings in the ears like the bells of the Cathedral de Santa Magenta Ganta in Sicily. Dan Bongino, the name suggestive of vagina, wino, bobos, boner, Dan
Boner.
Bon.
Hello, I'm back. Hello.
Sounds like tampon.
Sorry, he's gone.
Oingo boingo.
Hello.
I'm seeing a lot of oingo boingo.
There's a lot of oingo boingo when I look at this name here. Ex-user claims Trump was the original Epstein whistleblower in 2005.
True.
Hence his involvement in the docs. What's that? There is a pretty good chance that the reason Trump's name appears in the DOJ's files related to Epstein is the fact that he was the original whistleblower in 2005. Is this related to Dan Bongino? We didn't have anything to say about Dan Bongino. We just had his name here to abuse him.
I believe so.
Does that cover it for Dan Bongino? Can we look up a picture of his little Italian malformed pit bull head? Does he look like a pit bull or the musician pit bull? Or both?
Both.
He looks like that guy, Sean
King?
He's Italian. What is Dan Bongino? I thought he was black. Am I crazy? He's black. A black guy.
Sean King. Dan Bongino looks like Sean King.
He's Italian?
Tranny.
Wait, is he not black at all? Born and raised in Queens, he's of Italian descent. What?
Male pregnancy, Sean King morphing? Did they morph him in a clone tank?
Ready.
All
right. Where were you
He looks
born?
like a Puerto
Flushing
Rican.
Hospital,
He should be handing out a
Queens, New York.
mixtape to you.
Who would you
or,
want to play you in a movie?
What?
I said the guy from America.
Oh, this is like a YouTube channel. Well, sorry. It opened this up in another tab. This was sourced in Wikipedia for his race, by the way.
Ready?
This is literally the source of what race is Dan Bongino on Wikipedia.
All right. Where were you born?
Flushing Hospital, Queens, New York.
Who would you want to play you in a movie?
I said the guy from American Pie, that kid Chris, but you think The Rock.
The audience is going to agree with me, The Rock. All right. If you agree with me, please.
I'm 230 pounds, though. The Rock is 20 pounds heavier. I think he's like 250. So
The Rock, for sure.
He may have to slim down.
No. Oh, yeah.
He would never.
That's doable. What was your first job?
Loading the toilet paper shelf aisle in the Finest supermarket,
Key
64th place. No, that was Finest. Key Food was after that.
This is the
Yeah, I was the papers guy, so I would towels and toilet paper.
Something new every.
If he had hair, would he look white, do you think? Is it the shaved head thing?
day.
Told you, 21 questions. Were you right? You see, right? Isn't
There
that the
you
trick?
go, I guess you're
You
right.
didn't even know that. We've married forever. Key food was after that.
What is your biggest fear?
I'm intensely claustrophobic. Big time. Which is
What
odd.
is that? That's so weird. I feel like everybody is, you know? I feel like every man's man says, my dad says that too. He's claustrophobic, which doesn't really make any sense. He's claustrophobic though. He fucking hates it. He freaks out. He freaks out.
Response, but ICE telling me in no clearer way
Is that an Italian thing? My dad is Southern Italian. Yeah, maybe that's an Italian thing. Shit, dude, I never thought about it. Like, why? What is in the Italians' bones that we don't like being up in there?
call this, quote, a clear attack on ICE. Now, this
Oh, yeah, despite the fact that no ICE officers were hit. Still haven't mentioned it.
Still haven't mentioned it.
As we have seen a more than 1,000% increase of assaults on ICE officers. And now this morning, tragically, we're learning that this shooter apparently fired indiscriminately into the Sally Port. Unclear whether ICE officers or detainees or...
Look at the narrativization here. Oh, yeah, he couldn't tell who he was hitting. So it turns out that, like, accidentally, he killed 3 undocumented people.
Yeah, because he's a fucking retard, dude, and because Charlie Kirk's ghost saved him.
Or whatever, but the
Do I need to bring up the freaking video again?
intention was to kill. Like, look at the intention they're ascribing here to a dead man whose motives they don't know. Fired wildly at a tiny window from across the street.
Youth
didn't know
organizer!
who he was hitting.
or who may have been injured, but at least 3 individuals have been shot.
Individuals.
The shooter is down through a self-inflicted wound. We'll bring you more as we get it, guys.
Griff, the whole 2-minute summary at the beginning, they did not mention it once. It's so crazy how desperate they are to frame everything. Like, they are genocidal, man.
Wow. Awesome. Just like doubling and tripling, quadrupling down on the rhetoric. It's just awesome, dude. That's fucking cool. Youth organizer! Go! Youth organizer, we need you now more than ever! Youth organizer!
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man.
All right, and one more with the audio. It's so good. It's literally so good.
It's insane
All
how
right.
inhuman they are.
All right, we're done talking about this retard.